You're probably getting sick of me saying thank you for the work you do, but I don't want to take any chance that you don't know how much you're appreciated, valued, and respected. Since our last update, we've had 7 new cases of COVID-19, 7 new team members that have been confirmed diagnosis. So that brings our total to 19 since the pandemic started. And that's why I'm asking, pleading for you, please continue to follow the guidelines and do it whether you're at home or you're at work. Because a lot of what we're finding out is that the new outbreaks and the way people are actually getting the virus is at social gatherings where folks who are participating don't even know that they've got it and they're spreading it. On the economic side, some really good news this week. Friday we got some surprising numbers. 2.5 million, about 2.5 million new jobs came back in May, which is a really hopeful sign. And hopefully, maybe, just maybe, the worst could be behind us when it comes to the economic fallout from the COVID-19 pandemic. But still, we've got 20 million people that are out of work and in the US and millions more in Canada and Mexico. And so it's way too early to declare victory on this thing, but it is good to see people going back to work. One thing that is predictable about this virus and this pandemic is that it's unpredictable. We've seen over time, it's really hard to know what to believe and who to believe. So I guess I would take these numbers even with a grain of salt and let's make sure we don't necessarily believe them until they're confirmed. So let's shift to how we're doing as a company. I know everybody's interested in that. As we finished up May and the numbers aren't totally final, it looks like we'll be about 10% off our budget for the year. May itself was down about 14% off budget. And at this point, as we look at June, as we try to predict what's going to happen for the rest of the month, we're looking at probably being down for the month about 5%. I would tell you that if we hadn't taken the cost reduction actions we'd taken, by the time we get to June, the end of June, we would have been down about 20% off our budget. And normally, I wouldn't be excited at all about being off our budget. But in this case, with what's going on, I actually think we're doing great. We're doing really well. So I want to thank you for the work you're doing and you've done to cut costs and for the things you're doing to try to find ways for us to create value for customers. On the growth front, we closed a project with our new infrastructure partner, Ridgewood. We closed the deal with Carolina Marine Terminal, which is in Wilmington, North Carolina. This is a really exciting project for us. Great opportunities to grow that strategic asset, and it's going to help continue to build our business in the energy and chemical sector. I want to thank everybody that was involved in the transaction. I also want to thank everybody that was involved and has been involved in the integration. All of this done during a pandemic, which is pretty impressive. Our commercial team also had a nice win just recently. We'll tell you more about it in the future, but a nice new business award from Holly Frontier. So congratulations to that team. Great team effort. I know you know this, but there's been a lot of unrest over the last week throughout the U.S. Lots of protests, and while most of them have been peaceful, there has been some rioting. There's been some looting and some vandalism. And we're not aware of any of these that have actually affected our team members or our operations, but some of them have been pretty close. So it's important for us all to remember as we think about what's going on that we have a pretty diverse team across the company, and we work in diverse communities in the U.S. and around the world. And those different backgrounds that we have, those different ideas, those different points of view are the thing that's one of the great things about our company and makes us really unique and makes it a great place to work. As I've said before, we don't tolerate discrimination of any kind, and we expect, actually I would say we require, that all of our team members treat everyone with respect and dignity. We join with those who are constructively trying to create change. We join with those who are constructively trying to extinguish racism and or discrimination of any kind. And that means that we as individuals and we as a company need to do everything we can to create and strengthen our inclusive culture. So I want to thank you for doing the right thing, finding a better way, and making a difference. Be safe.